Hi, I'm Mark, and welcome to the current report on Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine. Germany has delivered 40 Gepard tanks to the Ukraine, but so far there is a lack of ammunition for them. But now Rheinmetall seems to have made a breakthrough on this topic. Sending tanks to Ukraine is one thing, but they are of little use in the defensive fight against Russia if the ammunition is running out and cannot be replenished. For a long time, that was the problem with the 40 Gepard tanks that Germany delivered to Ukraine. But according to a German media report, the engineers at the Rheinmetall Armaments Group have now found a solution. Instead of replicating the old 35mm ammunition for the 1980s tank, they are said to have converted existing ammunition of the same size for the onboard weapon of an infantry fighting vehicle so that it also works for the Gepard. The fire control computer of the old device reliably recognized this new ammunition after several tests. Previously, engineers encountered numerous problems trying to create ammunition for the old anti-aircraft tank. According to German media, no one at Rheinmetall knew how the Gepard's fire control was structured in detail. And the few documents that still exist about it didn't help because the earlier tools were missing. The Gepard has a twin 35mm cannon and has already proven itself as a defensive weapon against Russian attacks, such as the Iranian-supplied Shahed 136 kamikaze drones. Most recently, the Ukrainian armed forces only used 5-round salvos to conserve ammunition. Up to 20 projectiles normally fire through the autocannons. All in all, Rheinmetall is to deliver 300,000 shots to Ukraine. By the end of 2023, 40,000 should arrive, and according to media information, the first soon will reach the front units. The Bundeswehr itself no longer had any ammunition at all. Other countries refused to supply ammunition from their stocks for political reasons. And one of these countries was Switzerland, and still is. And it has been criticized not only for this, because the Swiss lawyer and corruption fighter Mark Piet is demanding more action from his home country against dodgy helpers from Russia. Switzerland is a global hub in commodities trading, but the industry is acting completely uncontrolled, as Piet told the German press agency. This can now be seen in the context of the sanctions against Russia. The Geneva Commodity Trading Center plays a major role in circumventing the sanctions, he says. Western countries have been dissatisfied with the Swiss mission since the Russian war of aggression against Ukraine began. They criticized the refusal to transfer Swiss armaments to Ukraine, or what they see as insufficient search for oligarch funds that could be blocked. In April, the top US sanctions officer Brian Nelson was in Bern. And today when I'm filming this, so yesterday for you, a delegation from the US Treasury Department was at the Association of Commodity Companies, the STSA Swiss Negoce in Geneva. The State Secretariat for Economic Affairs took part in the discussion. And Piet is demanding that the Swiss government join the G7 industrialized countries task force on Russia's sanctions. Bern has so far turned down an invitation. If they were there, they would know who would soon be put on the sanction list and could implement the sanctions before those affected can withdraw funds or activities from Switzerland, he said. Instead, they are working on something that continue to use neutrality to business. This type of policy benefits Russian President Vladimir Putin, though. So Swiss neutrality is one point, assisting aggressive government that violates international law is something else. And if you want to know more about the development in the course of the war, the next video is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.